Hello class 8 children. Today in this video I am going to revise chapter 4, that is your atomic structure, and chapter 5, language of chemistry. Let's start the revision. Now Dalton's atomic theory, actually Dalton says that what matter consists of small particles called atoms. Atoms are indivisible and cannot be created or destroyed. And atoms of the same element are alike but differ from the atoms of the all other elements. Okay, and compounds or molecules are formed when atoms they combine with other atoms, right? But after the discovery of isotopes, what's happened? Discovery of subatomic particles, the modern atomic theory came. And what are the contradiction between Dalton's atomic theory and modern atomic theory? Dalton says that atoms are indestructible, but modern theory says that atoms are destructible. And Dalton says an atom is indivisible, smallest particle of an element. But modern theory says that atoms are divisible and consist of three subatomic particles, that is your protons, electrons and neutrons. Then Dalton said that atoms of the same element are alike in all respect. But after the discovery of isotopes, modern atomic theory says that atoms of the same element may not be alike as seen in case of isotopes. So these are the contradiction between Dalton's atomic theory and modern atomic theory. But there is a correlate also, there is a similarities also. These are the differences between Dalton's and modern atomic theory. But there is a similarity, that is modern atomic theory correlates with the Dalton's atomic theory in the fact that atoms are smallest unit of matter taking part in chemical reaction. Means both the theories, they say that atoms are smallest unit of matter which take part in chemical reaction. An atom has center part of an atom is called nucleus, and it contain protons which carry positive charge, right? And neutrons, they carry no charge. While around the nucleus there are different shells or orbits are there, which are imaginary lines in which electrons they revolve around the nucleus, and electrons they carry negative charge. So electron, protons and neutrons are three subatomic particles, right? Now electrons were, first of all, the cathode rays were discovered by William Crookes, right? Then electrons were discovered by J.J. Thomson. Protons were discovered by Goldstein in 1898, and atomic nucleus was discovered by Lord Rutherford in 1911. And neutrons, they were discovered by James Chadwick in 1932, right? Next is your atomic number. Atomic number is actually it is equal to, an atomic number of an element is equal to the number of protons in the atom of an element. Since atoms are electrically neutral, so number of protons are always equal to number of electrons. So you can say that atomic number of an element is also equal to the number of electrons in the atom of an element, and atomic number is denoted by Z. So Z is equal to P, which is also equal to E, right? Now, and what is mass number? Mass number of an element is equal to the total number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom of an element, and mass number is denoted by A, and it is equal to P plus N, that is number of protons plus number of neutrons, right? Next is your electronic configuration. Actually, electrons they revolve around the nucleus in different imaginary lines or paths, or what they are called orbits. And different orbits means first orbit is also always called, it is known as K shell. Second is called L. Third is called M, and fourth one is called N. And the electrons they are distributed in these shells according to this law, that is called what? According to it, the maximum number of electrons in each shell is always be according to this formula, that is called 2n square, right? And according to this formula, first shell is always contain 2 electrons, while L shell always contain 8 electrons and M shell contain 18 electrons because here n is a number of shell. So first shell contain 2 into 1 square, that is your 2. Second shell 2 into 2 square, that is your 2 to the 4 to the 8. And third shell. And second rule is your outermost shell cannot have more than 8 electrons. If there is more than 8 electrons in the outermost shell, then what's happened? The rest of the electrons, they jump in the next shell. For example, here sodium atomic number is what? 11. So number of protons are also 11 and number of electrons are also 11. But because its mass number is its mass number is equal to what? 23. So number of neutrons are 12. Why? Because 23 minus 11, that is your 12, right? And number of electrons are 11 because number of protons are also 11. Now what's this electronic configuration? Now first shell contain what? 2 electrons. Second shell contain what? Now if you just 11 minus 2 is your 9. So 9 will come, but what's the second rule says? That outermost shell cannot have more than 8 electrons. That's why what's happened here, it will come 8 and rest of the electron jump into the what? Next shell. So what's your electronic configuration of sodium? 2, 8, 1. And now look at here. Now calcium atomic number is 20 and mass number is 40. So number of protons are 20 and neutrons 20. Why? Because 40 minus 20 is your 20. Because neutron number is equal to mass number minus atomic number. So it is 20, right? And number of electrons are also 20. So what's this electronic configuration? 2, 8 and now rest, how many are left? 10 electrons are left, right? Because first K shell contain 2, L shell contain 8 and M shell now the left electrons are 10. So but outermost shell what cannot have more than 8 electrons. So 8 will here and rest 2 electrons will jump to next shell. So what's this electronic configuration? 2, 8, 8, 2, right? Now next is your what are isotopes? Isotopes are atoms of the same element having the same atomic number but different mass number. But atoms of the same element having same atomic number but different mass number. For example, hydrogen has 3 isotopes. In first one is your 1H1, second is your 1H2 and third is your 1H3. Their atomic number is same. Just look at here. But mass number is here 1, here is 2 and here is 3. So mass numbers are different, right? Now what do you mean by stable electronic configuration? Actually all noble gases have stable electronic configuration because their valency shell, that is your last shell, outermost shell is known as valency shell, is complete and they have 2 electrons. For example, helium is the only noble gas which has what? 2 electrons in the outermost shell and or what? 8 electron in their outermost shell. That is why they are neither they lose neither they gain, lose or share the electrons, and because they have stable electronic configuration. So these are your noble gases: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. These are what? 6 noble gases which have stable electronic configuration. But rest of the atoms of element, they have unstable electronic configuration because their valency shell is incomplete. So they tend to attain stable electronic configuration of the nearest noble gas by gaining or losing the electrons or by sharing the electrons, right?